I don't think I've got much heart and soul left at the moment. It's difficult. There's no doubt about it. It's really bloody difficult. Good morning. I hope you're all doing okay. I genuinely do. If you're feeling like me, if the truth be told, I'm increasingly getting the sense that I'm not doing okay. There's such an awful lot going on at the moment, not just the uncertainty in the world, you know, with wars and politics and all those kind of things that we tend not to have a huge amount of control over. There's also pressures of work and the crazy cost of living crisis, and I feel pretty lucky that I'm in a position where I have a job I love, but that doesn't mean it doesn't come without its stresses. It certainly doesn't mean that we're unaffected by the cost of living stuff that's going on at the minute. Everybody is trying to find just extra money every month just to live, really, without any of the luxuries. I mean, even in regard to something like commuting into work like this, I never thought I'd get to the point where getting the bus in would feel like a luxury choice, but now it is. So out of those three aspects of riding my bike into work that I had before, which were my health, the environment, and saving some money has become the number one priority. And it's the same for everyone, really, isn't it? Let's face it. And so much of my time at the moment is spent looking for extra ways to supplement our income. And I'm fortunate that throughout my professional life, I've always been looking for ways and means to earn a living. And I'm in a position where I can put the feelers out a little bit, just to top it all up. But as a result of that, on top of the increased levels of work pressure, which, as I say, I enjoy my job, but just because you enjoy your job doesn't mean it doesn't come without pressures. And certainly everybody at work is feeling the stress, not just of a new campus and a new way of working with our semester system, but also just the increased workload, the new environment, the stress of having to deal with students that are struggling with the cost of living crisis, and they look to us lot as older, more experienced, knowledgeable people to help them with that. And it's tricky sometimes to sort of gently show them that we're all in the same boat, really. And whilst I appreciate this isn't going to be my most clicked on video, it was never about views and subscribers and anything like that to begin with, and it won't ever fundamentally be about that. It's about me getting my ideas out, saying them out loud to you lot in a very one-sided therapy session, which I'm always very, very grateful for. And I just wanted, really, in regard to the videos and things, just to sort of touch base with everybody and just explain the reasons why I haven't been able to make many videos. It's just a case of, well, initially not really having the motivation to do anything. I'm not convinced it's entirely time-based. Yes, I get home from work either completely fried from riding in and out, and then teaching, lecturing, kind of being on show, feeling like you're on stage, and all that effort that goes into that stuff. I get home and all I want to do is just collapse on the sofa and actually, more often than not, have to get the laptop out and get ready for the next day's work and carry on working into the evening. That's just how it is at the moment. And so whilst that's a time-based reason for not really having time to do any extra training on top of the commuting, I used to go swimming Wednesday evening, used to run Mondays and Fridays, and it's not just a time-based thing, it is a motivation thing, there's no doubt about it. I am tired, but I also just, even when I'm tired, even when I'm stressed, making the videos, creating stuff is my way out. It is for a lot of people. It's part and parcel of what makes humans humans, is making stuff and being creative, and it's always been my get out to make these videos not like this, not just me talking to the camera thing, because that's easy and there's not much creativity. It's just me talking to you and you listening without any input other than the comments. It's not about that. I like making videos that are educational or entertaining or have a level of creativity that when I hit export, I poured a bit of my heart and soul into, and I don't think I've got much heart and soul left at the moment. It's difficult. There's no doubt about it. It's really bloody difficult. And like a lot of people, I also sort of make bad choices, eating and drinking, particularly in my case, as usual, when there are elements of your life that are out of control. And not doing so well on that thing, it's a bit of a spiral. It's something I've been thinking about for well, weeks and weeks and weeks, to be honest. Not really before all this kind of worry about life kicked in. It's something that's been going around my head for a long time. Is some big changes I need to make, and that's cool. I'm positive about those. But this is much more immediate. Perhaps there is something that can make some sense of all this. Some level of education I can squeeze into this video. I'll get into lecturer mode, get my academic head on, and discuss a gentleman called Abraham Maslow, which I'm sure some of you have come across before. Maslow's hierarchy of needs sort of very neatly actually explains what might be going on here. And whilst it's a theory and a model that's been dispelled many, many times, it works for me in this instance. The idea being that there are foundational platforms that need to be in place before you can reach the top of the pyramid. The top of the pyramid being something that he called self-actualization, which is a bit of an academic term, but really it means to be in that place that we all want to be in, where we're, well, I was going to say happy, but if you know anything about Mihai Csikszentmihalyi, another amazing psychologist and thinker, you'll know that happiness is actually, constant happiness is actually outside our ability level. We're not supposed to be happy all the time. Content is really where I'd like to be, just content and relaxed. But not just to be content and relaxed, but also to be in a position where you can create stuff and make stuff and be that type of human being that you want to be, being the parent and the husband and the human being that you want to be. All these things need to be in place, and a lot of the time they are. Maybe the higher ones are things that need issues taken care of, perhaps at home or in the workplace, particularly relationships and being valued. But usually those fundamentals at the bottom, security, safety, a job, all those things are usually, for most of us, fortunately in place, and they aren't. Everything feels like that bottom of the foundation has been kind of just shifted a little, and it means, I think, for me at least, it's affecting that top bit, and I'm not myself, and I don't feel great, and I don't feel motivated to go out and make some cool videos. I don't even feel motivated to get on Zwift or go for a run or go swimming in the evening. Just want to collapse. Just want to put the TV on and lose myself in a movie, pretend none of it's going on. And like I say, please don't get me wrong, I am in a position where I'm very lucky. I have a great job. It's tough, but it is great. That dog wanted to chase me. It's all he wanted to do right now. In his life, all he wanted to do was run after me. What a life. And I am also lucky that I'm in a position where I can find extra income streams here and there. I've always been pretty adept at that. It takes so much effort. And I think the biggest problem of them all, for me at least, is the fact that really there's a set of dominoes that all lean on each other, and for me those dominoes are my family and the people I work with, the students particularly. And as they tumble down, as they start to need another domino to lean on, end up in a position where there's only one domino left, and that domino doesn't have anything to lean on or fall onto. And that a lot of the time feels like me. Not all of the time. There are my friends, a few friends, who sometimes just step in and just let me fall on them, let me lean on them. But as I'm increasingly discovering, they're feeling the same as I am. There aren't any Dominoes left. So closing out a video like this always feels a little bit difficult because, you know, it feels like a very negative video, and in the process of sort of saying all these things out loud, I kind of think to myself, well, actually, where am I at as a result of this? The whole purpose of these videos is to say these things out loud and sort of actually make them exist in some true sense. Sort of priority number one, really. And in actual fact, if you look back on when I started these videos, whenever that was now, 4.5 years ago, something like that. In that first video, I talk about wanting to be healthier, fitter, happier, lighter. And in actual fact, I've never been lighter than when I made that video. And I've certainly never really been any fitter than that. I've done some amazing things, some amazing challenges, but that's been despite my fitness and not in any optimal way at all, not physically. But one of the most important things I said in that video, all those years ago now, is really that I struggled mentally in 2015. I might have been quick and fit and fast, but my God, my mental health was in a terrible state. And I think that's the positive to take from this video is two things. One, my ability to recognize that. The fact that I know I'm not in great shape mentally, to spot that. And I didn't know in 2015, didn't know all those things were going wrong. I didn't know I was dealing with all those things that were going on in my head in such an abusive way, because socially going out and smashing myself to bits on intervals and stuff was socially something people were looking at and going, oh, yeah, you look in great shape. See you out running again, you know, doing all these miles and stuff. And really, I just substituted one socially unacceptable or two socially unacceptable vices or whatever for one where people saw it as something that's healthy and positive. They were wrong, I was wrong. They really didn't do me any good at all. However, I can see this now. That's point number one. I'm aware of this. I've learned so much about how my brain works, how our brains work, and to spot the warning signs and to be aware of them. And secondly, they go hand in hand. The tools, the basics of knowing that sometimes the pressure of worrying about the fact your mental health's in bad shape is actually a big problem. You know, you kind of think, well, what's wrong with me? And actually, it's more about knowing what to do about it. And you know what? Making this little videos helped big time. And commuting, you know, riding my bike in and being able to actually see views like this and feel like I'm alive a little bit each morning. I get into work cold and sometimes damp and a bit tired. Morning. And I kind of relish that a little bit. But also little simple things like, well, I guess it's being aware of those things. That's one of the biggest tools I picked up for my mental health in the last 4.5 years, is being aware of what's around me, just taking it on board, looking and seeing things around me, enjoying simple little things like making a hot chocolate, you know, to drink across the moors at whatever the time is, 7:15 in 2 degrees. A joy. I'll be honest, it feels amazing. I feel very lucky that I have these tools at my disposal, but possibly even more lucky that I have the ability, the other tool, sort of be aware of it and appreciate it somewhat. So whilst I'm not getting the big things done, the things that are at the top of that pyramid, the things that I want to be, I'm getting the little things done. And rather than just seeing that as a set of chores to do that I don't really want to do, existing, providing, picking up on the things day to day that I spot that are awesome and really appreciating those. Those are little things. So long as I'm getting those done, maybe some more of that foundation of the pyramid's in place, and I can help myself, just give myself that solid foundation to build on the next one. We'll see. It's okay. We're going to be okay, I assure you. Thanks for watching and listening, those of you who got to the end of this video. I know it's not up to my usual kind of, I don't know, buoyant? No, I don't know. It's not, I'm not being very YouTubey today, but tough. Sometimes you gotta have a real conversation, and that's my half of it. So please add your half of it in the bottom. If you stuck it out this long, at least let me know where you're at. Maybe we can help each other. Maybe I can be your last domino for a bit. I don't mind doing that. Take it easy. Okay, I mean that honestly, take it easy.